Umejaribu hizi vitu zote? Slim ladies, what we call them in our language.
I see you, I like you, you're cute, you're not leaking any honey.
Who can and who can't? How do you practice that in the kind of world we have today?
In the terms of there is no penetration, at the end of the day, you'll start fantasizing. It goes beyond the penetration bit.
Then all of a sudden, this one has never tried a nyash.
What are you watching? And you start envisioning me naked in front of you.
You're a virgin or something of the sort.
You can be a virgin and you're not sexually pure.
Hello guys, my name is Alex as usual, and today I want us to tackle or to discuss a very sensitive topic. It's not very popular, but it's very sensitive. So today we're talking about sexual purity, and with me, joining me here is a lady who is well conversant with the topic, and I'd like her to take us through it while she teaches us, me included. So I'll be asking a lot of questions so that I can understand more about this topic. Talk to us.
Hi everyone, my name is Immaculate Wavinya. I am a sexual purity ambassador, and I'm excited to learn with you, to relearn with you, and to unlearn with you. Yes.
When you talk about sexual purity, where does sexual purity start? Like, what exactly is sexual purity, and who cannot practice it? Because I do not know if everyone can practice sexual purity. So, who can and who can't?
Okay. So when you talk about sexual purity, is keeping yourself away from anything that would be termed as sexual immorality, but that does not stop at abstinence. Most Christians practice abstinence, that is, they're abstaining from sexual bits in the terms of there is no penetration. But then when you talk about sexual purity, it goes beyond the penetration bit. It goes beyond what are you watching? Because your eyes are gates to your soul. Whatever you watch will impact your sexual life. Because if you're watching a movie that has nudity, there's a high possibility that at the end of the day you'll start fantasizing. And there's a very thin line between someone who is watching a movie that is rated 18 and someone who is watching pornography, because movies nowadays are very intense. And also what you listen to, whatever music you're listening to or whatever content you listen to will impact your purity when it comes to sexual bit of it. So who should practice purity and who should not?
Who can?
Who can? Okay. I believe purity is for everyone, whether you're single, whether you're married, or whether you're a child, or whether you're an old person. Because purity is more of a state of your heart than the act itself. Yes. So when you're married, purity looks like not flirting with people of the opposite gender, not sleeping around with someone who is not your partner, and not entertaining any talk that would lead to you having sexual thoughts.
All right. Sexual thoughts.
Yes.
So again, even thinking about sex is that much of, or rather, it would render you not sexually pure.
Yes, the thought plays a very huge role in sexual purity, because even before you have sex, physically, you've had it in your mind. All the sex starts in your mind before you get to the physical part of it. That is why you can be a virgin and you're not sexually pure.
You're a virgin, but you're not sexually pure.
Yes.
Because you think about it.
Because not just the thinking part only, because you can think and then you act. Nowadays, there is a lot of perversion when it comes to my generation. And it's because we have the freedom of seeing everything, hearing everything. So you can be a virgin, but you're engaging in other sexual activities like blowjobs. You're touching in places you're not supposed to be touching. You're licking places you're not supposed to be licking. Yeah. And you're watching pornography. If you're watching pornography, it's also sexually immoral. If you're masturbating, it's also sexually immoral.
All that makes a lot of sense. I think what doesn't make sense to me
Okay.
is how you become sexually impure simply because you thought about it but did not act on it. Like you came to the office.
Yes.
I saw you. I love the way you're dressed. And
Thank
I'm like,
you.
this is what this ticks me. This ticks all my boxes. Thought about you, didn't tell you, I didn't act upon it.
Yes.
But somehow in my mind, I fantasized about you and I, and I was done. Right?
Yes.
How is that the same as the other person who has been watching porn and acted on it?
Okay. So thinking about it at an instance is not a problem. The problem is when you prolong the thought.
Pause. Are you trying to tell me that there is a smaller sin and a bigger sin?
No, they all sins are the same.
All right.
That is a baseline. But then I'll give you an analogy. When I'm having stress and you're having stress, we could be having the same stress of what will we eat. I will get to a point and then I'll be like, let me stop stressing. I mean, God will provide. For you, you can prolong the whole thought to a point it develops to depression. Yes, at some point you will stop the stress bit of it, but after what damage? You see, when you see me and you like me, and you have the lastful thoughts, that's okay. You're human, and men are very visual. Actually, everyone is very visual. But now the problem comes in when you start fantasizing to a point that you undress me and you start envisioning me naked in front of you. Now that's the problem. So what when you say sexual purity in the sense of your mind is that I see you, I like you, you're cute, but at the moment,
I am.
yeah, yes, yes,
It's good to hear that. We're not told that often. But on a serious note, though.
yes. So now the moment I realize that I'm imagining myself in some type of way with you, what I should do is binding that thought. The Bible tells us to cast down every thought. So I cast that thought and I say, I bind you in the name of Jesus. Like I just bind it and I shift my mind from that thought to something else. Yes. But now if you prolong it, it now becomes a problem.
So having that flash thought about it is not good, but it's not entirely bad. Entertaining the thought all through, that's where now we have a problem.
Yes. When you choose to entertain the thought, now that's a problem.
Right. So you said you're how old?
I'm 27.
You're 27. 27 and you're an ambassador for sexual purity. Do you want to tell me that you are sexually pure, have been sexually pure, like you're a virgin or something of the sort?
No. I think these are myths where this is something people get wrong, especially when I go for high school mentorship. I get I have most girls tell me that they cannot stop having sex because they're not virgins. But now purity is not virginity. There's a whole difference between purity, sexual purity, virginity, celibacy, and abstinence. Those are four different things.
You said
Sexual purity, virginity, abstinence, and celibacy.
Okay. Abstinence and celibacy, and even those are not the same.
They're not. They're not the same in this sense. When you're celibate, you're choosing to abstain from sex, and you're choosing to not get married. The end goal is to stay single.
Oh, yeah, celibacy, by the way, you're not choosing to. There will be no marriage.
Yes.
In the end.
Yes. If you're abstinent, people abstain from the penetration only. They can do other things, but as long as there is no penetration, they're abstinent.
Oh, and that again is not in line with sexual purity.
Yes, and that again, if you're abstinent, you're not you could be abstinent, but you're not sexually pure. Yes.
Now let's come to the real world. How do you practice that in the kind of world we have today?
It's very, very hard, especially when it comes to dating. I tend to tell people that I do not have a wider range of men approaching me, especially when they realize you're not leaking any honey. Yes. So the only way you can practice purity in this modern day world is if you have boundaries. Like I personally don't visit men when I'm alone. If I'm dating you, we'll do more of open dating, where not open dating, we'll meet in open spaces where there are people around us, and you will not be tempted to touch me in any sexual way. I will not visit you alone. If I have to visit you, then we have to have an accountability partner who will be there to ensure that we do not escalate things. And I tend to say, I shy away from kissing someone if I'm dating, because you see, kissing it's like that spice. You make you just say, we'll only kiss for 30 seconds and then we stop. Most of the time you don't stop at 30 seconds.
So let me ask, let's say I'm dating you. During our dating, apart from us meeting and eating chicken and pizzas and all that stuff,
Yes.
what else will we be doing with each other? What is our date like? Not the first. Let's say, what is our 47th date like? Now we know each other. What is it like?
So to start with, if you're sexually pure, it's not advisable to date for more than 1 year.
Yeah, but we can have 47 dates within the 365.
Yes, we can have 47 dates. But now, if you're born again and you're abstaining and you're now focusing on sexual purity, what dates look like is more of the courtship part. So when we date, we know from the word go, we are dating to marry. We are not dating to pass time, to get to know each other. That is why we have another couple that is our accountability partner. And then now we join the courtship class, whereby we learn more about marriage. We get to know, how does marriage look like? How will it look like for us with kids and without kids? So there's a lot of Bible study. There's a lot of praying together. So most probably on the 47th date, we'll meet on the park and we pray and read the word.
My question is, and I'd like you to make me understand. Now that we're talking about marriage and all that, sexual purity, how exactly is it playing a major role in sustaining a marriage or making a marriage better?
Yes.
And what would be the difference between you, who has been maintaining your sexual purity, with another sexually pure man, and a guy like me, maybe, who get my girl from everywhere, maybe we even got our kid before marriage and all that.
Yes.
How will that, how is there going to be a difference between our two marriages?
Um, there's going to be a difference. I tend to believe so, because the Bible tells us that the marriage bed should not be defiled, right? So, what sexual purity does for you, it eliminates anything that would lead to you people getting a third thought in the marriage that someone else would not be getting. The reason as to why there's a topic of sexual compatibility nowadays, it is because people will say, "How will I know if I am compatible with you if we do not have sex?" But in real sense, the actual question is, I have had experiences with so many people. So now, if I sleep with you today and you do not do it in a certain way that I was used to, that will, for me, will be, we are not compatible, because you're not doing what I was expecting in my mind. So what sexual purity does, it eliminates the part of having the thought of comparison between this person and this other person. So for example, if there were two virgins getting married, for them, they'd come into marriage having no prior experience.
True.
What does sex feel like? What would this person bring to the table compared to what I have before? Yes. So sexual purity will save you from all that. The part of you have to compare Ken with Chris, or you have to compare Mary with Immaculate. Yes.
That makes sense. But have you had situations, especially within the born again box, where the two of them got together that way, but now in between, say someone got married to, in our language we call them, how to know itaga? Slim ladies, what do we call them in our language? You know, Itaga? Petite, good. Good, that's the thing. Maybe got married to a petite lady. Everywhere, huku nje, maybe it's about these others, the nyash and all that. So you find them, maybe some people who've been married, say, for like 10 years. They've been pure, they've been committed to each other. Then all of a sudden, this one has never tried a nyash kind of a lady, right? And somewhere in between there, because people are human beings, they taste that because they are wondering, how is it like? Is it any different from my petite? No.
Yeah.
And because they never had that experience, then they get out of their wedding.
Yeah.
They cheat.
Yeah.
As compared to these others who practiced all these things way before their marriage. So when they chose to be with a petite, it's not because they never tried a nyash lady. No, they've tried all that and decided I'm settling with you. Don't you think that these other couple that had already explored may stand a better chance of actually staying pure in marriage than these ones who've never, ever tried?
Okay, that's a very valid question. So, you see, it's the task of a man. I tend to say the Bible says that the man should love the wife the way Christ loves the church, and the Christ, it is the Christ who works to present the wife without blemish. So the bigger work is on the man than the lady. So when you're married to someone, you stop looking at them from the lenses of perfection. You look at them from the lenses of I I am married to you, and I'm looking at you from the lenses of love. There is nothing else I'm supposed to be focusing on outside the love bit. And we say you love who you marry, you don't marry the one you love. Yeah, it's kind of different in the Christian bit, because you're supposed to love the person you marry.
Wait, that is what is taught in Christianity. We're supposed to love who you marry, not marry who you love.
The Bible says love your wife.
Yeah, I believe you started by loving them before
Yes.
marrying them.
You started by liking them, and you saw this person is fit. They fit all the qualities that I need. Of course, there's a love aspect, but then love is not a feeling. Love is just the icing on the is the top icing on the cake. But when you're preparing a cake, you need to have flour, eggs, all that, and then now love covers the cake. But now you cannot have a covering if the other things are not mixed well.
Sure.
Yes, if there's no honesty, there's no self-control in that marriage, all that, you cannot say you love that person. Right now, if you have a partner and that partner says, I don't like it when people lie to me, what will you do?
Stop lying.
You stop lying, right? Exactly. Now, in the marriage aspect, what you will do, you will start doing things that show that indeed I treasure this person. And when you do all those things, the end product is love. Yes. So when at the moment when you feel like you want to try something else, you need to examine yourself. There's a high possibility that you've stopped looking at your partner from the lenses of love. Imagine if Christ said that I'm tired of Immaculate. She has a soprano voice. I want to experience the deeper voice. That will mean that he has stopped looking from at me from the point of Christ loved the church.
Right. So there's something I would like to understand. Like, what got you to advocating for sexual purity? Like, there are many things you would have advocated for. You chose this one. Why?
Um, when it comes to ministry, you don't choose. You find yourself that you have this burden that you cannot carry. You cannot keep on working with it until you start advocating for whatever burden you have.
So you heard about it. This.
I had a very bad and okay. I knew I was called into ministry at a very young age, being that I am a pastor's kid, and I know there's a notion that what to a pastor, yes, but I knew I had a calling at a very young age. But until I got to campus, that is when I realized that I had a calling. Actually, I am called to two ministries, the Ministry of Sexual Purity, and I'm called for single moms.
Mhm.
Yes. So for the sexual purity, I realized that when I was dating now before I actually got born again, like got born again,
Mhm.
I was not enjoying all these things, the clubbing beats, um having to go the extra mile with your partner. It was
Basically
not,
having sex.
yeah, basically having sex.
Mhm.
It was not fulfilling for me.
Mhm.
And at that point I was like, I mean, I'm planning to get married to this guy. He has already introduced me to his parents. So the moment I decided to give in was from the point of I felt he was doing so much. And like any other lady, I felt the only way that I could repay him was to sleep with him.
Mhm.
But then I realized this thing it was draining me mentally and physically. I would get from that session and I'm like, I feel so tired. I mean, I would look at this guy and I'm like, what am I doing with this guy? So at that point, I realized that I can't keep doing on this. And then now I went back to God and I told God, is this what you want me to do? And after so many things, after so many prayers and getting my mentors to pray for me, people started pointing out, they're like, you really love how you talk to people when it comes to sex, and we love your zeal and all that. But even before they told me that, it was already, I already had a burden in my heart,
Mhm.
especially for young girls. And I would be so heartbroken when I hear a story of a young girl who got pregnant while they're still in school. So I would literally start crying for that young lady. And it would get to a point where I'm weeping. My heart is so heavy. I cry every single day. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm called for.
Mhm. To cut the long story short, do you want to tell us that you separated with the guy because of that?
Yes, I left. Yes, I left him.
He had not done anything wrong. You just chose to focus on that because you were having sex with him, so you chose to stop it so that, and that's how you guys separated.
So after that guy, I got into a relationship with someone else.
Oh, okay, okay.
And the cycle continued. So now for me to come back totally sold out to Christ, this guy, okay, he's not born again. He's a very good guy. He's born again. He's into ministry.
Oh, back
But
then he
by
wasn't, but
then, he
now.
was not born again.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was born again. He was not born again. But I was being lukewarm. So the time I told him that we can't keep on doing this, he was very okay with it until a year, one and a half year later, I realized that for him, yes, he was not having sex with me, but he was waiting for me while getting it from someone
Elsewhere.
else. Yes. So that really broke me so bad. And I was like, God, I'm I'm done.
Mhm.
I will focus on ministry. Yeah.
And the other one you said is about single moms.
Yes.
Where is that from?
For single moms, um when I was a young kid, I used to struggle so much with forgiveness. Like he would hurt me today, and I'd keep the bitterness for so long. But then now, with time, the Holy Spirit taught me how to forgive. So after some time, like right now, if you hurt me, um, after 2 seconds or 1 minute, I'd be like, it's okay, he hurt me. I mean, I forgive him, not for because you may not deserve it, but I will forgive you for the sake of myself. And because I want God to forgive me, I'll say, I forgive you. So for the ministry of single moms, one thing I've realized about single moms is that they're carrying so much bitterness, especially if you got intimate with someone who you were in a relationship and then you tell them, I am pregnant, and they're like, I have nothing to do with that baby. Whatever you choose to do, that's on you. So you find that most single moms are holding so much bitterness. And now that it's not something I struggle with, so I work with them. It can take as long as 3 years. There are some people who it takes like a week or 2 weeks and they're okay. So for what I do with single moms, we walk through the journey of forgiveness until they're ready to like let go and forgive this person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, as we wrap up, I'd like you to take me through this.
Mhm.
I and I want you to engage with me on this particular point.
Okay.
Now, sex is a very important thing in marriage,
Very.
and you talked about it and how it plays a role in marriages.
Mhm.
I meet you, Immaculate.
Yes.
You're sexually pure.
Mhm.
I am sexually pure.
Mhm.
We get to the house, I realize you're rude.
Okay.
I realize you have a temper.
Mhm.
I realize you have childhood trauma.
Mhm.
You can't apologize.
Mhm.
You have all these you have everything anything that could go wrong
Mhm.
in a marriage.
Yeah.
You have all that, but you're sexually pure.
Mhm.
My question is,
Mhm.
why are we focusing so much on sexual purity
Mhm.
while there's so much that could easily mess up the same marriage that you're trying
Mhm.
to work
Mhm.
towards?
Yes.
Yes.
So hmm. We are actually not. I tend to say that we Christians. That is why we have so many divorces in Christian couples, because we focus on not sinning so much to a point we forget to focus on that we are human and we have feelings, we have emotions, and that you need to build on your character. If your character is bad, that marriage will not last. So I now let's say, hey, but why would you get to a point where you're married with all those characters?
I'll explain.
So
I'll explain.
mhm,
You told me that
mhm,
during the sexual purity,
mhm,
we're avoiding thoughts.
mhm,
Our normal date, even the 47th, will be somewhere outside and we'll pray.
mhm.
I haven't seen you in my house cooking.
Yes,
We haven't spent a night so that I know that
I snow.
you snore, you actually talk at night.
Oh,
And
I actually run.
sometimes you walk.
Mhm,
I haven't experienced any of that.
mhm,
Or that you're not tidy.
mm,
See, I
yes.
haven't seen you do all that.
Mhm,
So I might be attracted to you
mhm.
because when you come, anytime we meet for a date, you're very you hata umepaka makeup, you look nice.
Yes.
I do not know your ins and outs.
Mhm,
No.
mhm.
For the normal people who are not practicing this sexual purity, they do these things. And
Yeah.
you get to a point and you're like, within the second week or the second month, that this girl, she's beautiful, she's all that, but this one I can't marry. No?
Yes. Yes.
So you are asking how possible it is to
Oh,
get to that point? That is exactly.
yes, I totally get you. But then there are things you will not miss if you are dating and you are doing the marriage counseling. I know of people who said when they were doing marriage counseling, they got to a point during the marriage counseling they got mad at each other. And this lady threw a bottle on the man. And for them, it helped because it came before the marriage. But then now, there are things that if you've gotten married to such a person, then how do you move forward, knowing that God does not love divorce, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, do the two of you have a teachable spirit?
There are
Are
things
you
you can teach.
the things? If I don't know how to wash utensils and you know them, remember I'm coming to help you in doing whatever you are doing before I come. And let you're a tidy person. Maybe I'm not tidy.
Mhm.
You are supposed to teach me. If I have a teachable spirit, I will submit to your teaching and say that and you teach me how to wash utensils. If I realize that you shout, I will tell you, oh, my love, I don't love the way you're shouting. Please Can we come up with a way of resolving issues without shouting? Yes. So if I am not tidy, you will teach me. If I do not know how to apologize, it's only good
How do I teach you that?
you if you know how to apologize, tell me. I personally don't like it when someone tells me sorry. Why are you sorry? Like, why exactly are you saying sorry? For me, an apology, you see, different people have different apology styles. For me, if you tell me you're sorry, it will not do anything to me. I will forgive you, but I will not have gotten to the point where I accept the apology fully. Because let's say you shouted at me, I expect you to tell me, "Hi, I'm sorry I shouted at you. I know how you hate it when people shout, and I know how it makes you maybe anxious or whatever it does. You attach the feeling that I get from you shouting for me, and then now you apologize. You see, there is the apology, and then there is the owning up your mistake.
True.
Yes, but now if you just say sorry, I may not like feel as if you apologized. So when you say someone doesn't know how to apologize, there are people who say sorry and they feel that have done my best, you know, but that is not your own style. Yes. Yeah, I believe that things you will learn, you never fully learn someone. Even if you're married and you went for marriage counseling, it's always every day you learn your partner, you know. But then now what matters is their heart. Do you have a teachable spirit? And can you submit to this person when they're teaching you? And now how you communicate is a problem. I could be having an issue, but how you communicate it to me will trigger me in different ways.
I I still feel like during all this we're burying our heads in the sand over some very serious things. Because for instance, you've tackled apology. No, you started with tidiness. We can try teach you tidiness. That I can try. If you are my wife, I can try that. Apology. Remember that apology, having a personality that apologizes comes from within.
Yes.
You can teach that. There are people who simply do not feel like they're wrong. They are never wrong.
That is a problem. I tend to say, okay, for some of us, we were taught how to apologize at a very young age. When I remember, I used to fight along a lot with my big sister. I'm the last one, so my mom would tell us, "Sit down, sit down. I need you to say all the things, all the bad things you think your sister has done for you." And I will say all the things, and she will say all the things that I've done to her. And after that, she will ask us, "Do you think you were right at this point? Do you think whatever you did was right?" You see? And after that, she'll tell us, "Now, this is how you apologize." Yes. So there are people who do not know how to apologize because of a trauma they experience in their childhood. And I tend to say, please don't go into a marriage if you have a trauma.
But how many people do know that they have a trauma? People believe I'm just like that.
And they believe they're the perfect partners.
So now tell me, I've married you. I have found that you do not know how to apologize, and this being unapologetic is a reason is a product of some of the traumas you encountered at home. I've realized that you now have a temper, and your temper is triggered by small things. Maybe when we were dating, we didn't have issues because we were not living together.
Yes.
I realized that your temper is brought about by something that I also can't help. Say, for instance, throwing my clothes around nikifika nyumbani,
Yes.
which most men do.
Yeah.
See, because we never lived together, I never got to see that part of you,
Yes.
right? Now I know it's like that. And I'm trying my best to be kukua nisizitupi. But every now and then I do that. Or something like OCD. I now realize you're very much, you're OCD. Hii kikombe kikaa hivi,
Yes.
na si hivi, sasa tena ni shida.
Yes.
Unaona? And you're saying in this Christian side, you do not divorce.
Yes.
Then I also realized that you do not even know how to manage your money. You have a problem with money
Yes.
management. You have no vision. I can't teach vision.
Mm-hmm.
Now we start unearthing some very serious keys that I realize that you listen to our reverend more than you listen to me.
Yes.
You listen to our counselors more than me.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime we have an issue, you've told your mom. Anytime you have an issue, you do not know how to communicate with me in
Yes.
this marriage. And we're not supposed to divorce. So at this point, you as a Christian, how are we supposed to do this? And we are not condoning divorce.
Yes. So I will still go back. If you the things you cannot help you're not your partner's therapist, and you can never play that role. So you need to ask yourself, if my problem is telling my mom everything, you need to come up with boundaries. At what point do we involve that parties? Because it's the two of us becoming one. Anyone outside that circle is a third party.
Let's be real.
Yes.
We can have that discussion and we can agree. But if it's your personality, you'll be doing it behind my back. And many people do that. In fact, one of the reasons why people end up breaking up is not because they never talked about things. No, they talk about them. And they agree that this is what we'll do, and it's never done. Women who leave their men for cheating, it will not be the first time. No, that man will have cheated on that lady 17 more times.
Yes.
Did they have a conversation about it? Yes. Did the man apologize?
Yes.
Did he even
buy flowers?
buy flowers? And I even swore with the Bible, I'll not cheat on you again. Then it happens. Some men who divorce their wives for maybe other behaviors. Again, it's the same.
Yes.
Right? Tell me about that.
So, one thing, the things that I tend to say, the covenant now, these things are when you keep on doing this. You remember my work is to respect you, and your work is to love me.
Yes.
Yes. These things, if I keep on doing something that you've agreed on for more than 10 times, then that means I don't respect you. That is the bottom line. If you keep on doing things that keep on hurting me, then that means that you do not love me. So you're supposed to come to a point you ask yourselves, what are we willing to compromise in this marriage? Are we willing to compromise on information? Like, I'm okay, you speak to your people, I'll speak to my people. But then where is the meeting point? If I have anger issues, am I willing to work on it as a person? It's not your responsibility, it's my responsibility to become a better person for even myself, not just for you, for myself. So if you find yourself in such a marriage, there are so many things that come to play. There is also the point you might need to involve a therapist. Because if someone is having traumas, we say God helps everyone, but there is also a place for a therapist. Yes, am I willing to work on those traumas and get past them? If I'm not willing to work on them, then I'm giving you a very hard time in the name of this is how I am. You should love me the way I am. I don't believe you can love the people the way they are. There are people who have weird personalities. Yes. So if you ask yourself, am I okay with this person walking around at night? If I walk while I'm asleep, am I will you be willing to ensure that when I am walking, I do not get hurt?
You are actually scaring me.
But now this is a point where you ask yourself, can I live with this?
If I can't,
If you now, if you can't, I don't know. If you can't, that means
is that grounds for divorce? We can tell the Lord, yo, this girl scares me. This one.
Tie me on the bed. Make sure I will not get out of that bed. Yes, but really, it's about what are you willing to compromise?
Yeah.
What are the things that you're willing to work on? Are you willing to present the best version of yourself to yourself first before you present that version to me? Yes. Now, if you can tick all the questions, but then now one thing I say, if now the marriage is abusive, I believe the covenant of life is greater than the covenant of marriage.
Based on what Christ said, he said that you can get beaten up and all that stuff, but the only time he allows it is when I cheat on you.
So
He said that.
yes, there's that, but
We are following scriptures, so
we are
teach
following
me
the scriptures.
what you want
But
to tell
let
me
me
from
tell
the
you, there are
scripture.
people who have died in marriages.
Do
Only
believe.
the name of this man will change, this lady will change, but the God who gave you that life, he cares a lot more when you're alive than when you're dead.
No, my question is,
Mhm.
when he was asked, he said the grounds for this is just divorce. Y'all can fight.
Yes,
Or get beaten up.
it's just divorce, but there are things that will beat cheating.
I know, but he said cheating. He is the one who said that.
Yeah, he said cheating.
So what about these others that you're telling me?
No, I will not sit down and let you kill me. Yes.
You said that you've added another verse down there after cheating.
After cheating, in the verse next is you will not kill me for this. You will not kill me. Yes.
I'm killing you out of love, you
Ah,
said it's about love.
that's yeah, that is the weapon. That love will be the weapon fashioned against me, and it will not prosper. Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Immaculate. I think what we can borrow from all these, number one, is that my work as a man is to love her, and her work as my wife is to respect me.
Yes.
And I'm supposed to do my very best to present you blameless before the Lord.
Yes.
And that's why it's God, man, woman, children. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Sexual purity, just like she has said, it's not it does not lock anyone out. If you've been out there, you've been doing that thing, umejaribu hizi vitu zote, ushafanya hizo vitu, but umefika mahali umeitwa, then you just focus on that, go back to the Lord and do your thing. And like she has reminded us, sexual purity is not just about the physical act of penetration.
Yeah.
There is what you're watching, what you're listening to, the people you're hanging around with, and all that. You didn't tell me if it's wrong for me to be drinking if I'm practicing sexual purity, like going to the club.
Oh, I don't drink.
Let's say I do,
Mhm.
but I'm still practicing sexual purity. So I can go drink one or two, then I go home.
There are things that the Bible tells us that do not be drunk with wine.
Yeah, but you can drink and not get drunk.
The only way you can get drunk is when you drink.
Yeah, but you can drink and not get yourself to the point of getting drunk.
And now that one will depend on a personal preference.
Mm.
There are people like me who prefer not to marry a guy who drinks.
Even hata kidogo, hata kadot.
I hate the smell of alcohol, so
Have you tried wine? Well, on a serious note, though, I understand you, and I think for most born again Christians who are serious with salvation, they do not condone any sort of drinking.
yeah, most of them.
Most of them, and I understand that. I respect that. I may not, ascribe to that, but I respect that.
Yeah.
All right. So I understand your point of view. So let's learn that from Immaculate. Are you currently dating?
I'm talking to someone. I don't know what Charles is giving me signs.
Leave him alone.
I can say I'm talking to someone.
Someone who is
Yes.
also sharing the same thought on sexual purity, who is ready to journey with you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Then we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best, because in this kind of world, because the world is more secular than it is Christian or spiritual, you get very few people who can ascribe or ascribe, right?
Yes.
Who can ascribe to that ideology.
Yeah.
So when you get that one, hold on to him, and just like you were saying, pray about it and teach us so that we can emulate that.
Okay.
We'll start doing that in marriage.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you very much. You may give us your handle if you have one. Somewhere where someone who sees this and wants to talk to you or wants to contact you can do that through. The stage is yours, and then close for us.
Thank you. I want to take this time to appreciate you for having me here. It's such a privilege, honestly. So my handle is Wavinya_25. Wavinya_25
Wa-
on TikTok and on IG.
Or Wavinya_25.
25, yes.
Right.
Mm.
You want to leave your contact if someone wants to contact you, or they should contact you through those,
Let them contact me through the media.
so that at least we can filter out the
Yeah.
unserious people.
Yeah.
And if you're out there and you're a man, amesema kuna mmoja tu talking, anaongea tu, that one is just talking. You go as long as you can keep up with the sexual purity teaching that she ascribes to.